Welcome back to another episode of the BizMagic Podcast, your place for all things tech in your online business with some solid hits of general biz chat too. My name is Patty Meyer, and I am the CEO and founder of BizMagic, where my team and I support entrepreneurs who are overwhelmed by the back-end tech of their business. We create, implement, and teach the tweaks that help our clients make a bigger impact with less stress. If you've been in my orbit for any period of time, you likely have heard me talk about the tool I'm focusing on in today's episode because it is my favorite tool for years now, and it is Notion. So if you've ever thought, I just need a place to dump all my thoughts, I need somewhere to organize my tasks, maybe I need a place to sprinkle in a little magic, then Notion could be the place for you. By the end of this episode, you'll hear 5 creative ways that you can use Notion to run your business more smoothly. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, you're managing a full team, what I want to share today is going to help you work more efficiently and keep your sanity maybe a little more intact. So let's dive in. First things first. What the heck is Notion and why the heck should you care? So in short, Notion it's an all-in-one workspace where you can organize pretty much everything. So you can take notes, you can organize tasks, there's databases in it, and those databases are also calendars, and they look like calendars, but they're robust like databases. You could do your grocery list if you're feeling real crazy. I use it for my personal life as well. So think of it like it's like a Swiss Army knife for your business. But instead of tiny scissors and bottle openers, you get templates and tables and endless customization, which is what I really love about it, right? Is that you can do so much customization with it. You can use it for most anything that you want to organize and track in your business. But like I said, you can also use it for personal life too. And pretty much whatever you can kind of think of, you can do. So now that I've kind of given you a little overview, I want to talk about 5 what I think are game-changing ways that you can use Notion in your business. So the first way is to create a business dashboard. So this is like your mission control, right? You can see all the important things in your business at a glance. And this dashboard is going to be connected to all of the little pages that you have all throughout Notion, because Notion, which was confusing to me when I first started using it, but Notion is essentially a series of pages. And so each page can have different things on it, right? So it might have a database, it might have images, it might have videos, it might just have copy, it might have whatever, all sorts of things, because it has a ton of integrations too. So each of these pages can nest into other pages. So because of that, it makes it so that you can create something really custom. And then you can create a dashboard that kind of views all of these nested pages, right? So you can include things like a task list or a Kanban board for your daily tasks. You could do quick links to different projects or to just different things that maybe different resources that you use on a regular basis. You can have a calendar where you're tracking your deadlines or your social media content, anything like that. You can create little widgets for your goals, or you can do little quotes and things like that. Sometimes we all need a little motivation. So the beauty of this dashboard is that it keeps you organized and it gives you a bird's eye view of your business without having to go through 5 different apps. So everything is in one place. And so that's why I love it. So we run our entire business inside of Notion. Now, obviously, we use other tools because there's only, so many things that it can do. It can't do invoicing and it can't send contracts and things like that. But when it comes to client management, project management, all these things, we use that for Notion. And I eventually, after 2 years of building up our Notion Business Hub, we sell a template. So I didn't create this episode just to promote this, I promise. However, I would be remiss not to mention it. So if you want to take a peek at what BizMagic's Notion Business Hub looks like and possibly purchase it for yourself and your own business, I'll have a link to that in the show notes. So the second way that you can use Notion is to streamline your client management. So if you're working with clients, which most of the people who are listening to me right now probably are, you can use Notion to create a client management system or a CRM, right? Which is a client relationship manager. So you can build a database for all of your clients. You can add fields because you can customize them for important details like contact info, project timelines, their birthdays. You can track when they first reached out to you, when they became a client, the type of service that they're utilizing with you. You can track finances in there, anything you can think of. You can also include a task list or a status tracker for each client, so you always can kind of keep track where they're at in their own projects and within your process. Number 3, raise your hand. Okay, so scream loudly into the void because I can't see you raise your hand. If you have content creation that takes up half of your life in your business. I'll wait. Yeah, me too. And that is why Notion is pretty much a lifesaver when it comes to managing blogs, podcasts, social media, emails, basically whatever kind of content you're creating, whether it's by yourself or with your team. So all of my podcast episodes, all of my emails, my blog posts, my social media content, it all gets housed and managed inside of BizMagic's Notion. So whether I'm doing the writing or my content manager is creating and assigning things for me to review, we do it all through Notion. And that includes, putting in the reels, putting in the graphics, as well as copywriting and everything like that. So everything is in there, and we have it in a calendar view of a database so that we can assign it to each other, and then we are on track for when content is getting rolled out at specific times. So, but I want to give you kind of like a bit of an example of how that sets up. So the way that we sort of build this out is within Notion. Like I said, you can create databases. So you would create a database that might be for all of your content ideas. And then you can create a property type that's going to be called tags. And so with that, you can create tags. So you can organize your tags, say that they're a blog, Instagram, newsletter, right? That sort of thing. And then you can add a calendar view to the database because you can have multiple views of a single database. So hopefully I'm not losing you here, but I can essentially look at it in a table format and say, okay, this is the kind of content that's going out. But then I can change the view of the exact same content and look at it in a calendar view so I can see when this content is going out in an easier to digest kind of view. So you can add the content calendar view to plan and schedule your posts. So you can also, one of the things I really love is that you can create templates inside of databases. So you can create templates for, say, you do blogs regularly, or for captions for Instagram and things like that. So that every time you go to say, okay, I'm going to put in a new blog, you can hit a little thing that says new blog, and it outlines everything that you've already said you want it. So it might already say, okay, what is the title of this blog? What date is this blog being published? What is the content of this blog? What categories are you using? What tags are you using? Whatever you might need in there, what kind of links are you using, right? And so you can outline everything, and you can have it automatically have a template there for you for every time you click a blog. Anyway, it's pure magic. And with this sort of function, you can keep everything in one place. And if you wake up at like 2 a.m. and you're like, I want to write a blog, you can hop on Notion, hit new blog because you've created a template and write everything out. And then it's there and you can tag somebody, who's working with you to move it forward. Okay. Number 4. You can track your goals and metrics. So Notion makes it super easy to track your progress, actually stay on top of whatever you might be working toward. So you can set up a database for your yearly, quarterly, or monthly goals. You can break each goal into smaller action steps. You can create habit trackers if you're trying to build routines. And so you can track metrics like revenue, website traffic, client acquisition using tables or charts. The key here is making your goals visual and actionable. So you're not just like scribbling them down in a notebook at the beginning of the year and then forgetting about it by, February. And so Notion's databases allow for formulas and charts so you can do basic calculations with your numbers or create some visuals for yourself as you're tracking. And then finally, number 5, if you have a team or you're planning to grow one at some point, Notion is really great for creating like a team wiki. So if you don't know what a wiki is, it's like a digital handbook where you can store SOPs, project documentation, company mission, vision, values, policies, training resources for new members. I have their directory in there. Any kind of perks I do are in there. So this way, everyone knows where to find what they need, and they don't have to ask you every time they need something. So you're not answering like the same question 12 times. It's really, really amazing. And we use Notion exclusively for all of our team documentation, directory, skill tracking, time off calendaring, time tracking, our project management. Yeah, it's kind of our everything, right? So yeah, that's it. Those are the 5 ways that I think you could use Notion in your business that would really take it to the next level, the way we use it in our business. It's amazing. Have I said that yet? It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so let's recap really quickly. The 5 ways that you can use Notion in your business. You can build a dashboard. You can streamline your client management. You can manage content creation. You can track goals and metrics. And you can create a team wiki. So Notion is really it's such an incredible tool and it's so flexible. And the things I talked about today are really just scratching the surface. There's so much more that you could do if you got into Notion. Again, I use it in my personal life. I use it all sorts of ways for my business. You could do pretty much anything you want. So if it's something you're interested in, you should definitely do it. You can customize it any way you want to fit your business, which, is kind of my deal. It's kind of my jam. Make sure things are customized for you. And it's not expensive, which is the other bit of it. They do have a free version, but that gets limited as far as like how much stuff you can put in it. But I think right now it's like $10 a month or something. And you can I have my entire team and all my things in there, and that's what I pay. I think I'm grandfathered into a lower price, but so it's super affordable too to have your entire business. So pretty much whatever you can dream up, you can create, which is what I love about it. But at the same time, that's also the one thing for a lot of people that can feel really intimidating. Like the idea of a blank slate that you can do anything with makes you kind of feel like, where the hell do you start, right? So if this is something that you're interested in doing, start small. Start for something personal, right? I started by tracking the movies I wanted to see and recipes I wanted to try. And then I very slowly built it up over time. There's also tons of templates out there for pretty much anything if you're feeling stuck. BizMagic's Notion Hub, which is in the show notes. But there's also a ton more. There's lots of free templates out there for pretty much anything, whether it's personal or business. So if you're already a Notion fan, or you decide to give it a try after you hear this, I would love to hear about it. Feel free to tag me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at BizMagicCo. You can always send me an email at patty@bizmagic.co. And if you have a creative way that you're using it, I would love to hear it because, I love it. So if you found today's episode helpful, make sure you subscribe and share it with a fellow entrepreneur or solopreneur, somebody who loves tech, somebody who's scared of tech. Let's help everyone level up their workflows. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you next time.